Welcome to another Sunday School Short. Today we're in Ezekiel 5 through 8, and we're backing up a little bit from where we ended in Jeremiah, okay? So a different prophet. Ezekiel's a different prophet from Jeremiah, a different location. Ezekiel's already been exiled to Babylon in 597 BC, not in 586 when Jerusalem fell. So there were different time frames of when the exiles took place as Babylon was conquering the whole country of Judah. So Ezekiel 5, take a sharp sword, shave your head. Divide the hair into thirds, weigh it, he says. And then God's telling him to weigh it. And then a third of it put in the center of a map of Jerusalem and burn it. And then a third of it scatter on the map and chop it up with a sword. And then the next third of it, scatter it to the winds. Toss it off to the winds. Verse 5, this is an illustration of what will happen to Jerusalem. So Jerusalem hasn't fallen yet. Remember, we're prior to 586 BC. She has rebelled against me even worse than the surrounding nations. In verse 8, therefore I myself, the sovereign Lord, am now your enemy. And the last part of 10, I will punish you and scatter you to the winds. The few who survive, a third will die of famine and disease, a third will be scattered by their enemy, and a third will be scattered to the winds, being just scattered throughout the world. Finally, my anger will be spent, verse 13. And in 15, you will be a warning to all the nations around you. And in chapter 6, Ezekiel 6, he uses personification, and that being like talking about a car or a boat, like she's a beaut, or she'll do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. That's personification. And so he's doing this in chapter 6, talking about the mountains of Israel. And God says, hey, turn around, look at the mountains of Israel, and prophesy to them. Face the mountains of Israel, prophesy to them. God speaking to Ezekiel here. I'm about to bring war upon you, being the mountains. All your altars will be demolished. I will kill your people in front of your idols. The place will be littered with corpses, and you will know that I alone am Lord. And this sounds terrible to someone that hasn't read the Bible very much, or someone who is a non-believer or hasn't spent much time in the Old Testament. That's why you must read the entirety of the Bible. Justice must be accomplished. And God serves out justice perfectly. He does it with love and mercy and a continual warning and asking for repentance to take place. And this hasn't happened, and we're just now getting down to the very end of it. That's why it sounds so ugly. So we have to capture the entirety of the Bible, so we're not shocked by what is taking place here. Verse 8, the first part of that, I will let a few of my people escape. See, he's doing this to his own people, the people that is closest to his heart. Then at last they will hate themselves for what they've done and their detestable sins. They will know that I am Lord when the dead lie scattered among the idols and altars, etc. Wording like that. 7 and 8, Ezekiel 7 and 8, verse 1 here, or verse 2, the end is here. I will call you to account for your detestable sins. Verse 7, O people of Israel, the day of your destruction is dawning. In the last part of 13, not one person whose life is twisted by sin will ever recover. And in 15, there's war outside the city, disease and famine within. Remember, they're talking about Jerusalem, but Ezekiel, again, had already been exiled to Babylon. But this is prophecy of what's going to happen in 586 BC. They used their jewels to make idols, and I will now make all of their wealth disgusting to them. Prepare my people for chains, verse 23. And in the last part of 27, I will bring them the evil they have done to others. And in Ezekiel 8, chapter 8, Ezekiel has another vision. He sees a figure of what appeared to be a man. This is in similar chapters in chapters 1 through 4. In the earlier chapters there, from the waist up, like a glowing ember, from the waist down, a burning flame. So that was when he said he saw the glory of God. He saw God himself. He transported me to Jerusalem, being Ezekiel to Jerusalem. At the inner gate of the courtyard of the temple, he saw a large idol and made the Lord very jealous. Verse 6, do you see what they're doing? Do you see what they are doing? Speaking to Ezekiel. Well, you will see even worse. The Lord brought Ezekiel to the door of the courtyard, the temple courtyard. He saw a hole in the wall. Dig into the wall. So as Ezekiel did that, he found a hidden door. Go in. He did that. He saw 70 leaders of Israel burning incense. And they are saying, the Lord doesn't see us. The Lord sees everything. We talked about in that in days past. The Lord is omniscient. He knows everything. He's omnipresent. He is everywhere. Well, he tells Ezekiel, well, you'll see even worse. So he goes to the north gate. He takes Ezekiel to the north gate of the Lord's temple, where women are weeping to the god of Tammuz. And he says, do you see this? Yes. Well, you're going to see even worse. And so he goes to the entrance of the temple. Sees 25 men bowing in worship and worshiping the sun, thumbing their nose at me, it goes on to say. And then after that, I will neither pity nor spare them. At this point, we've seen Isaiah, Jeremiah, now Ezekiel, warning after warning after warning to the people he loved the most, saying, hey, turn away from that foolishness. And that's what I'm saying here to America. Turn away from all the foolishness. Turn to Jesus. Seek God. Seek His will, His way, and His word. Be a daily Bible reader. Join me in this Devo. And like, subscribe, and share. Share this with other people. Hit the bell notification so that you can be alerted when new videos come out. God bless you. Have a great day.